This week, a drive-by glacier. This man looks to go for a fly. Eventually, we'll take in some stunning views, the locals stop the traffic, and I try Viking life for size. Spoiler alert, it didn't fit. Our road trip in this video will take in a couple of ferry journeys before visiting the Sagastad Viking Centre, then there are views to die for from the heights and the valley floor, before that drive by glacier. Not a bad view to wake up to the hotel right next to the ferry, which we're about to get on and head across central Norway to somewhere with connections to the Vikings. And so less than 200 metres from the hotel, and 10 minutes after checking out of the hotel, the ferry's on its way, taking us across to another road trip. So let's take a look at what a ferry is like below deck. The thing about driving through Norway is that on gloriously sunny days like today, every view is a postcard in itself. I put the Google locations of where I visit in these films on the description to the videos. If you think these views are impressive, you've seen nothing yet. What's coming up on this video is quite jaw-dropping. Do a similar trip to the one on this video, make sure though when you get to this port that you use Folkestad as the place that you want to go to. There are two destinations from this port, so make sure you get the right one, otherwise you've got a longer drive to our next location. If this video is proving helpful, you know what you can do to help grow this channel and help other travellers. You can hit a like on the video. There are two ways to pay for these ferries. If you're driving yourself, you need to register on a website. If, like me, you're driving a hire car, you will most likely be charged a couple of days after returning your car at the end of your trip. Below deck on this ship was not quite as enticing as our previous ferry. But as ever, the views of Norway are the real star of these ferry trips, making a road trip a great way to see the country. Of course I'm going to make a lap around the boat, take in all the views. What else would you expect from me? Pretty soon though, we leave the ferry behind for a short drive to our first major stop, a taste of Viking life. "30 minutes after leaving the ferry, we arrive at our first stop. It's idyllic here, beautiful here, but the main reason I'm here is to take you inside the building just to my right over there, which houses a modern Viking ship. Shall we look? No, that's not the ship we've come to see. This gives you a hint of the size of the ship and its grandeur. The 30-metre, nearly 100-foot long ship is based on the size of the longest Viking ship ever found. As you can see, the best thing about this ship is you can get on board and have a look around. On special occasions, this ship can also be taken out on the fjord. Oh, and if you want to, you can try on Viking life for size.
Doesn't really fit on my head. I don't think it would come off if I pushed it down. I don't think it would come off. But I have a sword, so I am a Viking.
Away from the ship, there's still lots more to see to bring Viking life alive, before taking a look up at the ship from ground level.
Well, that really was worth the entry fee, and so lucky to have nobody in there when we were in there having a look around. Normally it's quite busy, but it is fantastic and certainly well worth a bit of your time coming and having a look around. They want to raise a bit more money to try and put a mast up as part of it. And then if you're thinking about when you come here to see the actual boat go out, apparently April time is when they take it out once a year on the fjord, and that must be an amazing sight to see.
The next drive is best summed up by these three stunning views.
It's nice and warm down here, but we're going to go up there, which probably means a fantastic view, but also putting this on.
This is one of the steepest cable cars in the world. You climb around 1,000 metres, 3,200 feet, straight up to a restaurant on the edge of the mount. It is, though, not a cheap attraction, but the views, as you'll see, are so worth it. See that man in front of me with what looks like a rucksack? Well, it isn't a rucksack. It's his ride back down to the valley floor. We'll see more of him soon.
Go on, admit it. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I hope it comes across on screen as good as being here. It is expensive to get up here, but it's 100% worth it.
That must bring a lot of luck. Something he probably requires.
You have to admit, that takes balls of steel. Am I going to do it? No. Definitely not.
Too quickly for my liking, it's time to head back down to the valley floor, whilst taking in some of the locals.
Slightly different going down. Have a listen.
When we went up and went under, it swung up.
It was a narrow, tight drive up here, but what about the views behind me, up on the hill, and now we're going to go and have a look at an abandoned village in this area of outstanding natural beauty. The walk is not very far, even if it's over muddy ground, but the view's still, again, to my right, just wow. My question to you is, can it get more beautiful than what I'm looking at now? Ready?
Once again, though, there is no time to rest. We've a glacier to see together.
And sometimes it's good just to stop and take in the view. A view like this.
Yet another spectacular drive, but this time it's halted in an unusual way. There's always one straggler. Actually, it's usually me. I like to saunter too. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. I post a new travel video every week on this channel. This has to be one of the more unusual turn lefts I've ever taken. What you see right in front of us is a glacier. Norway must be one of the few countries in the world where you can just drive up to a glacier and take a look.
We've pretty much driven up to the base of a glacier. Or is it glacier? Glacier or glacier? Who knows? Trust me, this is gonna be a very, very special view. Glorious, isn't it? Absolutely glorious. I hope it comes across on screen as fantastic it is to be here. And the extraordinary thing as well is that I'm here on a day where centigrade wise it's in the mid to high 20s, but when the wind comes off the glacier, it's like when you're outside in the garden in the warm, and then you step into the air conditioning. It's incredible, and it feels, even though there's lots of people here, it feels really special to be here. And if you do a road trip to Norway, this has to be a place that you come to. Made it to the bed and breakfast that I'm staying in tonight. The name and the price are on the screen now, and here's a quick look at my room. The first thing I have to say is if that bed looks badly made, that's because I made it, because that's the trick here. One of the reasons why it's not so expensive is you make your own bed. And then this is the rest of my room. And I actually have an ensuite. A lot of people have shared bathrooms, but in my case, I have an ensuite. If you've enjoyed this film, I'm sure you'll enjoy this video of a full cruise along the Norwegian coast, complete with stunning views.